Hello everyone, I am thrilled to have you here. This course is titled Application Development Lab, and it's so much more than just learning how to build websites. Over the next few weeks, we are going to explore what it really means to be a modern full stack developer. You will not only learn the technologies that power today's web applications, but also how to think like a developer, how to debug, how to ask the right questions, how to approach new challenges, and most importantly, how to build things that work. Now, this is not a course where you just watch videos and take notes. This is a course where you will be coding alongside the instructors. You will break things, fix things, you will get stuck, get unstuck, and that's exactly how even the real development works. We will start with the fundamentals of programming and problem solving, but very quickly, we will move into building our own backend servers, designing APIs, integrating databases, and finally, we will bring everything together with a dynamic front end that is built using React.js. By the end of this course, you won't just understand how full stack development works, but you will have actually built your own fully functional full stack web application that would be ready to be showcased to the employers or even the clients. And now let's talk about how we will get there. Before we dive into the tech, let me take a moment to help you understand if this course is the right fit for you. This course is designed for beginner to intermediate learners. If you have written some code before, maybe in languages like Python, C, Java, or even basic HTML or JavaScript, and you are now curious about how actually web applications work from top to bottom, then this course will guide you through every piece of that puzzle. Maybe you are a student working on your portfolio. Maybe you are a self-taught developer looking to break into tech. Maybe you are already in tech but want to switch to a developer role. Or maybe you are already a professional who wants to add full stack skills to your toolkit. Regardless of your path, if you are willing to code and commit, you will thrive here. What I'll say is you don't need to be a genius to succeed in this course. You need grit, patience, and curiosity, and that's all. If you are willing to follow along and ask questions and put in the hours each week, I promise you will come out the other side as a completely transformed developer. So let's break down exactly what you will learn week by week. In week one, we start with a warm up. A lot of people actually dive into building things without understanding the tools and the mental models behind programming. So we will first focus on the data structures and algorithms, not to become a competitive programmer, but to sharpen, your thinking. Arrays, hash maps, stacks, queues, graphs, etc. These are the foundations. You will also learn to analyze your code in terms of time and space complexity. In from week three onwards, we shall, or rather from week two onwards, we shall move into the JavaScript part. This is going to be the lifeblood of web development that we will be learning here in this course. You will learn the modern JavaScript features that developers use every day, from arrow functions to destructuring and async await. We will explore how JavaScript handles asynchronous tasks, a topic that's notoriously tricky at first, but absolutely essential, when you want to become a JavaScript developer. Then in week three, we shift gears to focus on developer tools and workflows. This is one of the most overlooked areas for beginners. We will talk about how the web actually works, and we will dive deep into GitHub, version control, and NPM. Uh, you will set up your own repositories and manage code like a pro. This is all this course is going to teach you or train you upon. In weeks 4 and 5, we begin backend development. We will actually begin with the backend development from week 4 onwards, where we will build an HTTP server from scratch using Node.js. Then progressively, we will introduce ExpressJS and TypeScript for better structure and type safety. You will learn about routing, middlewares, error handlings, and by the end of these 2 weeks, you will have built your first real backend project. Then we shall move into databases. In week 6, you will learn about SQL and specifically PostgreSQL, how to write queries, how joins work, how to filter, how to paginate, and structure your data. In week 7, we will integrate your Express application with PostgreSQL using an ORM called typeORM. That is JavaScript based ORM. We will design schemas. We will design or define entities and perform full CRUD based operations. They will be backed by a real database persistence, as we will be using PostgreSQL for that. Then comes the week 8, where we will be introducing authentication and security. We will cover things like password hashing with bcrypt, token-based logins with JWTs, session management, and securing API routes. And finally, the front end part will be covered from weeks 9 to 11, where we go all in on React. First, you will understand virtual DOM. What is component-based architecture. On this is a concept on which React is completely based upon. Then we will learn how to structure the front-end applications. We will build UI components. We will manage states. We will see how hooks like useState and useEffect are used in React applications. And we shall also learn to fetch data from APIs using fetch or xuse. You will also learn how to use React Router to build multi-page applications. And by the end of week 11, you will have gone from 0 to a fully functional, full stack web applications. All right. So let me be very clear about what skills you will walk away with, after going through this entire course. Firstly, you will be able to build a backend server using Node.js and ExpressJS. And you will write that code in TypeScript, which is increasingly becoming the industry standard nowadays. Secondly, you will understand how to design APIs that clients, probably like a React app, can consume. You will know how to validate inputs, handle errors, gracefully, and respond with proper status codes. Third, you will work with a real relational database, that is PostgreSQL in our course, and learn how to write and optimize SQL queries. Fourth, you will integrate that database with your backend using an ORM, which is typeORM in our course. You will design entity models, set up relationships, and persist data securely. Fifth, you will implement user authentication using JWT-based tokens, secure your endpoints, and build a basic login flow that's secure as well as scalable. And finally, you will build a React frontend that talks to your backend. You will also learn to manage state, handle events, fetch data, show loaders, errors, handle errors, and build a user or a real user interface from the ground up. These are the skills companies actually look for when hiring junior developers, and these are the skills that you will gain from this course. Now, let's talk about the format of the course. So this course is weekly paced, but of course you can learn it at your own speed too. Every week you will receive a combination of video lectures, code walkthroughs, and hands-on demos. For every topic, you will first understand the concept, what it is, why it matters, etc. Then you will see a real example based on that particular concept, and then you will build something with us. We will walk you through most part of the code, explain why we are doing what we are doing, and point out some common mistakes that developers make. You are encouraged to code along with us. Each week also includes coding challenges, mini projects, as well as assignments that you will have to complete on your own. These are not just random exercises; they are tied to what we have learned, and they will help you reinforce your understanding of web application development using Node.js. You will also be pushed to go beyond the videos and try things on your own. We will also show you how to debug, how to probably ask good questions and search forums like Stack Overflow or GitHub. How to Google effectively, that is a really essential skill, and how to think when something goes wrong, because those are as important as writing code. So in this course, we are going to be using industry standard tools. For the backend, we will use Node.js as a runtime environment, ExpressJS for routing and middlewares, TypeScript to bring type safety and better developer experience, PostgreSQL for relational data. We will use typeORM for database modeling and performing database queries, For the front end, we are going to be using React.js, which is the most widely used front end framework. We shall use Vite to scaffold fast React apps. We will use React Router for client-side navigation, and we shall be using one of Fetch or Axios to interact with our backend APIs. Also, we will be using Git for version control, GitHub or GitLab to host our repositories, and NPM to manage our packages, since we are working on Node.js. All of this is real-world tooling, and you will see this in job listings, in developer teams, and in open source projects as well. So, what can you expect when you finish? You will have built at least one, and likely more full stack projects that are live on your machine and can be easily deployed to the cloud. You will understand how the pieces fit together: backend, front end, database, authentication, APIs, and how to design and connect them overall. You will be able to create a RESTful API right from the scratch. Build a React front end that talks to your API. Store and retrieve data from the real relational database. Protect your routes with authentication. Work with the modern developer tooling. You will also be able to showcase full stack projects, and would definitely have the confidence to take on freelance work, internships, or junior developer interviews. All right. So before we start, I want to leave you with a few tips to get the most out of this course. First and foremost, stay consistent. Don't try to binge 3 weeks in a day or a couple of days, something like that. Learn a little each day and code as much as you can. Don't be afraid to break things. Bugs are actually part of the process. Be curious, Google error messages, ask questions, explore documentations. That's how even the real learning happens. Don't just copy code, try to type it out to the extent possible. Think about why we are doing each step. Try to add as many as console.logs for debugging. Change things, see what breaks, use version control. Even right from the beginning, I would strongly recommend you to get used to committing, pushing, and pulling your code, because these are the basic expectations in any dev job. And lastly, enjoy the journey. This might be challenging at times, but I promise that it will be worth it. When you see your first app, coming to life, and when you write a backend that stores data, when you connect it to a beautiful React UI, you will feel that spark, and that's what keeps a developer going, right? All right, so let's get started. Week 1 is going to be all about data structures and problem solving, and we shall see you out there.